Good afternoon, Seattle, and welcome to the Jopra Show. I'm Joe Janot, live on Alternative Talk Radio, and it is a beautiful, hot, stormy day here in Seattle. 89 degrees and rumbling and bumbling and stumbling. I'm Joe Janot, and it's a beautiful day, and it's a day of dedication. I dedicate the show to the teachers of the world, folks, because it's the end of another year. Kids are home for summer, and my house is gone straight wrong. I can't get rid of them for 2.5 months. So I want to dedicate the show to the teachers.
Yeah.
I don't think we give enough props and love.
I agree.
I mean, I've been in the teacher world for like 40 years. I got family all up and down to the teacher line. My wife's a teacher, dad, mom, cousin, sister, aunt, so on and so forth. But we need to give them some love today. Because it's Friday, they've left, all the kids have left for the summer. And, you know, they're tired. They've been babysitting kids for like 8 months. Now they get a little bit of a break. But, you know, teaching's gone differently. It's not like the old days where Junior would come to class. Hello, Mrs. Johnson, bring you an apple. Now Junior comes to class with a knife. You know, I mean, it's just not right. I mean, things are different. They work hard out there. They got to babysit not just the parents, but the kids, but the aunties and the grandmas. I mean, it's just a different day, different era. And the kids ain't listening. They all got phones and stuff. I mean, my wife goes through it.
Yeah.
Goes through it. So we got to dedicate it today. So, ladies, I want you to know, all the teachers, men and women out there, I want you to relax. Smile. Enjoy your day because you've done well for yourselves. Kids are getting smarter. They're going to have a little time off. You need to go break, go paint your house. You know, well, you know, a lot of teachers paint in the summertime. You know, it's relaxing. Mindless work, right? But they need to go get some Chablis or go find a margarita joint or maybe even go down to Tini Biggs today and have a martini because that would be a good move. You
Martini
know?
and a snack?
Well, you know, all the teachers, they get together on their last day. They go out for having a sip. So that would be good. Go down to Tini Biggs, have a martini, hang out. You know, say hello to the people on 6,001 Day. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So this is the show is dedicated to the teachers of the world. And thank you for all your hard work here on the Jopra Show. We'd like to keep it real. You know what I'm saying?
You.
And so we go forward today, folks. We have a big show. Lots of great things happening. But before we get any further, got to, say hello to my crew. Eric Ryder, what's happening, Eric?
Hey, good afternoon, Joe. Excited about the big show today.
Big show today, Eric. Big show. How was your week?
It was great. I took yesterday off. I just needed a break, so took the day off. And, you know, having a midweek break is such a great thing. I recommend everybody do that.
They should
sometime,
have. Doesn't Europe have midweek breaks?
They get more vacation time than us, so they probably do.
How does that work? How do they get like a month off? Is that correct?
Yeah.
Why don't I get a month off?
They get midday breaks too, don't they?
They get midday breaks too?
Yeah, they get midday breaks. They get like little afternoon siestas.
Oh, we're known for being workaholics there. So.
What'd you do on your midday off?
I watched a lot of TV and played guitar.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Got
You
some
had a
errands
very
done.
good relaxing day
There's
midday
something
off.
about that guitar that we're going to have to dabble into later. Also in studio today is Miss Stephanie Elliott. Hello, Stephanie. How are you today?
Hello, Joe. I am very good.
Sports is big right now, Steph. Down the road at 1:30, we're going to talk about hoops a little bit. But, there is a lot of blogging and twittering about Seattle Sonics and getting the team back franchise-wise. The expansion. I think the expansion is coming sooner than we expect.
Yeah, after talking to the guys from Sonicsgate last week, I was worried that it was further out than I thought.
No.
But it sounds like it's going to be
There's something
on the
happening.
horizon.
Something's brewing. So we'll come to that a little later. And then, of course, if you're going to have the Jopra Show, you have to have On the Town with Lisa. So, Lisa, how we doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good. I heard that last night Buck Hunter went...
Buck Hunter?
Buck Hunter went straight wrong. I heard it was crazy.
Buck Hunter was pretty good last night.
I heard there was a lot of people down there.
It was a good turnout. We actually ended up having the Seattle World Champ HD and the Seattle World Champ Pro. So there's the old school and there's the new school. They both showed up with some of their peoples, which was it was really fun. And they've actually agreed to come out the next 2 weeks.
And get their Buck Hunter on?
Yeah, get their Buck Hunter on and challenge people.
That's just like hiring a guy who's good at pool. He's just going to hustle you. He's just going to sit, put his quarters
You want to
up.
hear, like the one guy, the pro guy, he collapsed on one of the games, and one of the girls, he only beat one of our girls by 12 points.
What do you mean he collapsed? What's that
Well,
mean?
he shot a cow and not the buck. Or
Not
the
the buck?
deer,
Uh-huh.
or what? There's all these different games.
Again,
about
this
it.
is
So a couple of times he killed the wrong animal.
This is a video game.
This is
It
a
is a
video
video
Point that
game.
out. I
We're
don't
not
know- I don't know that
running
we
through the
point
back
that out as
hills
much.
shooting things.
As you can
No
see,
cows wandering through bars.
No.
getting shot.
And it might have been he might have had a couple too many shots of bullet.
This
through.
isn't Spokane.
No. This is downtown Ballard.
I think the big buck hunter, there's a hustle going down. And I think someone's going to lose money before the week's over. I just think he's going to come back and go, I made it look good. Now it's time to put the money up.
Well, so they chose the place we're going next week. We're going to Lava Lounge next week. And the reason why is because it's a brand new machine and nobody's has the records on it. So that's what they want to go do next week. They want to go and set all the records.
You know your life is busy when you know where the new buck hunter machine is laid out with no high scores on it.
No high scores. And I found out that the championship is in Chicago this year, not Vegas. Sorry.
Can't go to Vegas.
But Chicago's always nice in the fall.
I like Chicago. Well, we'll see how it goes.
I hear it's windy.
It is very windy. So as we go forward on the Jopra show today, I told you it's going to be a big show. We're going to talk with my main man, Keith Robbins from Tini Bigs, talking about 6,000 consecutive days of being open.
That's impressive.
It's more than impressive. That's a longevity.
That's through storms.
He could never close again. We'll be like sitting around there someday in 2090. Remember that dude, Keith Robbins? 14,200 days he's been open.
Or
right?
there's like a storm and you're like, we're going to Tini Bigs. And you're like, what?
Yes.
It's closed?
No.
What?
There'll be a tornado. We'll be sitting at the door. Keith will be like, we're not closing. So Keith Robbins is going to get on the show with us today. We'll talk a little bit about that. And then we're going to move into the sports talk. And we're going to talk about the big UW Hoop Alumni Fest coming up. I mean, we're going to get a whole bunch of old school guys against the young guys. And so we brought in a cool cat from the 3 Point production to talk about the event and talk about what they're doing because they got things happening up and down the coast. So that's going to be nice. And then at the 2 o'clock hour, man, we're going to talk booze. The Proof of Washington is coming up Saturday night, so the distillery guys are all getting together, 40 craft distilleries sitting in one room doing a taste-off. I know my boy Keith Robbins is going to that because that's got his name all over it.
Yeah, there's 2 sessions for that,
There's 2 sessions. So, then we'll swaggle up, and about 2:20, the Live Wire's getting together. When they come together, things go wrong. So they have the guy, Jeff Santos. He's did the movie The Other Side documentary. It's a hip-hop show. It's really good. Yeah. I finally got to see it. I got the sneak preview. I was up until 5 in the morning watching it. It's really good. So we'll talk to them. They're going to be here at the 2:20 hour, and then we'll segue on the town with Lisa to finish up the show. So it's going to be really nice.
It's got a good little rhythm to it today.
It's got some rhythm to it. So we're going to go to break. When we come back, 6,000 days here on the Jopra Show. We'll be right back on Alternative Talk Radio.
Fly me to the moon. Let me play up there with those stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. In other words, hold my hand. In other words, baby, kiss me.
Advertising on The Jopra Show is a great and affordable way to have people stand up and take notice of your business. When you advertise with Jopra, you reach an audience that's smart, savvy, and is receptive to your message. For more information, email Joe at joprashow@gmail.com. That's joprashow@gmail.com.
If you love dogs, tune in to The Dog Show with Julie Forbes, live every Wednesday from 2 to 3 p.m. We'll talk about everything dog and interview authors, experts, and amazing organizations, both locally and nationally. And don't even get me started on the pet food industry. I'm Julie Forbes. Find us online at www.dogradioshow.com and also as a free podcast on iTunes. The Dog Show with Julie Forbes, an evolved perspective on life with dogs.
Want a faster metabolism? Desperate for more energy throughout the day? Food is our most powerful medicine, and on Passionate Nutrition Radio, I'll answer your burning nutrition questions and offer real solutions for your family. On Passionate Nutrition Radio, you'll learn how to transform how you look and feel with the foods that you eat. My name is Jennifer Adler, and I'm a nutritionist, chef, and founder of Passionate Nutrition, a nutrition practice with 6 locations throughout the greater Puget Sound area. Join me on Passionate Nutrition Radio for a weekly serving of nutrition wisdom. Learn more at PassionateNutrition.com.
That's Passionate Nutrition, every Friday at noon.
Remember, you're listening to Alternative Talk, 1150 AM.
Hey, I'm DJ Marco Collins, and you're listening to The Jopra Show.
You are all I long for, all I worship and adore. In other words, please be true. In other words, I love you.
Welcome back to the Jopra Show. And I tell you, classic, great music right there, my boy Frank. If you, back in the day in 96, walked into Tini Bigs, that's what you heard.
No.
That was Mad Men. I mean, Keith Robbins is my guy. I mean, him and I would battle over music for years. But after a while, I started realizing it was part of the shtick, man. It was part of the shtick. So that was old Frank,
It was
man.
a nice swankiness of walking in there hearing
It
that
was.
stuff.
It was. So welcome back to the Jopra Show. If you just joined us today, man, we are talking about 6,000 days. To be correct, 6,038. And the only way to do that is bring the man himself in, the owner of Teeny Bigs, the executor, the CEO, Keith Robbins. Keith, how are you, my brother?
I'm doing perfectly well, thanks to you.
And you had a big night tonight. 6,000 days last night, big party. I heard everybody was there.
Except for you. What happened to you last night? You should have called in sick.
The Jopra sometimes gets a little busy, and he knows not to be around martinis. Not good for the social. Not good. I can't bounce back like we used to.
Couldn't you just take a little time out?
I should have, huh? I should have come down and hung out with you and had a cigar, put the coat on.
The coat.
Walk around, see if hey, Keith, the place is flooding. Should we close? No. So, Keith, tell me, man, 6,000 days, congratulations. Now, folks, they've been open since 96. That's a long time not to close. And I'll give you a little history. I was very privileged to open up the Teeny Bigs with Keith. Came to me way back when to open up the bar and bartend with us. And I'll tell you this. I walked into the restaurant one day. I remember this. I look up on the window, and what people put their times and when they're open? Well, it was very interesting. It's a Teeny Bigs, 4 p.m., 2 a.m., and it didn't say Monday through Sunday. It just said every day. And I said, Keith, what is it every day? He goes, we ain't ever closing. We'll be open every day. And that was back 96. I mean, was this a plan? I mean, is this something that you were putting together? Or did it just dawn on you?
Well, there's a lot of days when people need to drink. And oftentimes those are Christmas Eve.
Family events.
Days that are hard to find a place to drink. So when I worked in the restaurant business and used to get off of work late, and this is back in, the late 80s, early 90s, I'd leave, and a lot of places closed early. I mean, now a lot of places stay open really late. But back then, places closed early, and it was hard to find a place to go drink at midnight, 1 in the morning, and let alone find a place Christmas Eve, Christmas Day. So I said, you know what? For those of us in the service industry, I wanted to have an establishment that you could go and drink every day, anytime. I didn't want you to have to think about if we're going to be open or not. Oh, yeah, that's right. Teeny Bigs will be open.
Always open.
Always open.
Always open.
So
and they always call you open? Yes, we're always open.
Always open.
You open? Yes, we're always open. No, it's true. And the great thing about it, and folks, a lot of people haven't been to Teeny Bigs. I mean, it's been around for a while. And folks, it's right there down on 100 Denny Way. It's right on the corner. It's a great spot. It's got the second best happy hour in the world, and continues to keep. No, way back when the awards were just coming out, we finished number 2, right?
Second best cocktail lounge.
Cocktail lounge, yeah, okay, cocktail lounge in the world, and we like number 2. So then I come into the restaurant like 3 weeks later, and there it is up on the board. We're advertising that we finished second. I was like, that's pretty cool. No one ever advertises second.
That's right. Everybody claims to be first, but we are always striving to be first.
Right,
so we're always second.
You always got that expectation level.
And then, folks, let me tell you a little bit about on the Jopra Show about Keith Robbins. I mean, he's been doing this for a long time. He had the Watertown way back in the day in Belltown, before Belltown even was Belltown. Then he comes out, launches that, and then he comes into the Romper Room. I remember opening night of the Romper Room.
Wow.
I was there.
I didn't know you were that old.
Phew, still looking good, though, Keith.
You look very good.
Still looking good.
I need some of that.
Come on, you look good. And so then he comes and does the Romper Room. He comes back and opens up one of the great martini lounge and cocktail lounges with Teeny Bigs. And he continues to go forward. He's one of the fishing guides in the Northwest. If you talk about fishing guide and hitting salmon, going to Puget Sound, Keith's the guy. And Keith, come on, give me a couple of names that you've brought on the boat and hit Puget Sound with. Big names. I mean, you're no small slouch on this game.
Oh, we don't kiss and tell.
Oh, come on, Keith. Tiger Woods.
Maybe a little.
Give me a couple of names.
Oh, Fuzzy Zeller, John Daly, Roger Waters. Quite a few of the Mariners.
Did you and John
Wade
Daly?
Boggs.
Wade Boggs.
Wow.
How was Wade Boggs?
Wade Boggs was great.
Is he a better fisherman than you? I heard he was a good fisherman.
Short answer, yes.
Say it ain't so. Can I write that down? Say it ain't so. So then we go forward a little bit. I mean, Teeny Bigs is really coming to its own. I mean, you did a cocktail book a couple years ago, and that was very impressive. How's that? Is it still going? Are you still selling those books?
Oh, we still sell a few. It's pretty much petered out. The cocktail culture has changed quite a bit in the last 7 or 8 years since we wrote that book.
And let's talk about a little bit of the culture, cocktail culture. I mean, when you first started and brought this concept, you were doing stuff that people hadn't even thought about yet. I mean, actually taking a cocktail, reinventing it to make it a martini, which was really cool.
That's right. I mean, everything was a martini back then. Anything that went into a triangular-shaped glass was a martini. Now it's politically incorrect to call anything but a traditional martini. But so we were making cocktails that were in martini glasses, and when we opened, people really, really, really didn't know what to expect. And I don't know if you remember, but there was a lot of really drunk people the first year we were open. I mean, it's scary drunk. Yes. I mean, because people just had never really experienced martinis.
Oh, and I loved it, though. And people got into it.
Yeah, people really got into it. And we didn't really know what to expect when we opened. And I remember we were going through 25 dozen glasses a month.
Wow.
I want to be in the martini glass business because those glasses are designed to tip over and break. And it was insane.
But back then though, you were the first to come out with this double-sized martini glass. I mean, it was monstrous.
Like saucers.
I mean, you would get it and you'd hand it to a guest, and I'm not joking you, Steph. People would just stop and look at the glass. What is this? I'm supposed to drink this? I'm like, yes. Yeah. Have a good time. Enjoy your moment. And then 2 down later, can I get you a cab? Stop kissing the guy in the corner.
Then you go to the other places and they have the real little ones, like your little one. You're like, what is this? I just went someplace and had a double.
That's right. That's how it should be. And and one thing about Teeny Bigs, which was fun also, and it still is a good time, but it's hard to do now, is we don't get to do cigars anymore.
No, that's sad.
And let's talk a little bit about the cigar thing. I mean, is it going to come around? Are you going to be able to open up maybe a membership club? I mean, where's all these cigar guys at? You had a great following.
Well, we've had when I say we, the Cigar Association of Washington's had a bill in the legislature for the last 7 years, and it'll happen. One of these days, there'll be a very small carve out for cigar lounges. Almost every other state in the country has exemptions for cigar lounges, and that was a big change when that law passed because Teeny Bigs at the time was one of the few remaining cigar-friendly bars in Seattle. We had a nice little niche.
We had a great niche. I mean, because you have to remember, and Eric, I'll let you know this. When you would walk into Teeny Bigs about 7, 8 o'clock on a night, it'd be humming. We'd have maybe 40, 50 people smoking cigars, and you could see the layer of the cigar smoke. It was like being at my parents' house, just laid across, just sitting there. And the fun thing about Keith was he was very particular about it. I mean, he spent time and dollars to find the systems. So it would breathe it out, and you wouldn't feel like you're in a smoky environment. And I'd watch him for weeks working with different guys and make that system work. And once he got it dialed in, it was all over. Mm-hmm. It was great. I mean, I gave him props on that for sure. So, Keith, going forward a little bit, I mean, I know you took a little bit. We've all taken a little bit of hit back from the Sonics and stuff. But, I mean, did you think you were close? I mean, you think you were close about getting the Sonics back? I mean, how did you feel about it?
Well, I'm torn because and this is maybe the wrong thing to say, but there's a lot of people in Sacramento that are small businesses like mine that I don't feel good about taking their business away. I mean, it was a big hit for us when the Sonics left. It seems to me that there's got to be a different way to make it happen, whether it be a team that needs to go away or wants to go away or an expansion team. But, it'd be great for business, but to shut down all these small bars and restaurants that have depend on the basketball team to make it. I don't feel good about taking them away. I mean, if you look at Lower Queen Anne since the Sonics went away, it has been a turnstile of businesses. Mm-hmm. I mean, there's very few of us that have stuck around, other than the Pesos and Teeny Bigs. You look at every place in between. While McHugh's is still around, there's been so much turnover up and down Lower Queen Anne ever since Sonics went away. So, it'd be great, but I don't want to shut down a whole bunch of small businesses in Sacramento just so that we can get the Sonics. And it'll be frustrating because we're going to have them for 2 years, redefine our business that we've taken, 4 or 5 years to rebuild, and then have to do it all over again after they go away in 2 years.
And that's a lot of part that people talk about. And let me ask you this, Keith, from beside. I mean, you've been in Lower Queen Anne for a long time. I mean, what would you do with Key Arena? I mean, there's actually a group now who's putting a study together about what to do with Key Arena, which way to go with it.
Well, Boy, I think it's a monolith. I think it's basically mothballed now. I mean, there's hardly anything that draws a lot of people. They do a show or two a month, a concert or two a month in there, and it seems to me that I know there's a bill that's been passed that won't allow the city to do anything with Key Arena for basketball, but boy, the infrastructure's there, and I don't know. I had heard some story about maybe it's going to be like the Forum. They're going to redo it and make it a 7,000-seat concert venue, which would be fantastic, but I don't know. It seems like once the stadium gets built down by for the Sonics down in Soto, then Key Arena is going to be really struggling to get events because they'll be fighting over the same people.
It's true. It's true. And I still think the stadium's going to go forward pretty quickly. I mean, they got everything lined up. It's going to go. Well, I hear you on that. I think it's interesting. I mean, maybe, Paul Allen they just need to give Paul Allen the Seattle Center. Just do what you want to do, man.
Hey, I think they should do it to give it to somebody. I thought they should have given it to Chris Hansen. But.
and I sometimes wonder about that. I was like, who was in that room? Like, hey, Chris, why don't you just take the Seattle Center? We'll just let you have it. Okay, we can't figure out to do it, and we don't have the means to do it anyway. So, I don't know. Just a thought. One of these days, I got to talk to Chris. I might ask him that question. Get forward. So, a couple of things. So, Keith, I wanted to keep saying with you is that, there's one thing about Keith Robbins that people don't know about. And Keith Robbins, man, is one of the great auctioneers. If you go to events, he gets down. And I finally got to see one, and I was just like, wow, he is working it. Keith, how'd you get him to be an auctioneer? And he kept it very quiet. No one knew for a while. Just sort of snuck out one day.
Oh, it was just something. I used to love to attend auctions. So one year I was bored and decided I wanted to go to auctioneering school. And it was February. So I said, okay, it's February. So let's see. I'll go look up in the old days, you used to go to the library and look at the College Blue Book, and there was 12 places that had auctioneering schools, and I eliminated any place that was cold because it was February, and any place that didn't have fishing. So I ended up going to the Florida Auctioneer Academy, and been doing fundraising. I just do fundraising auctions, and I've been doing those since '94.
Fun. You have
stuff.
anything coming up soon?
I'm going to be doing something for Plymouth Housing Group on next Thursday, and then I'm at the Pyramid Brewery, and then I'm doing something for the RBI Club, the Mariners fundraising wing, on Friday at Safeco Field.
See, it don't stop, man.
Yeah.
It don't stop.
I got to keep busy, man.
I mean, fishing, 2 bars, auctioneer. Where you get time, man? Where you get all this time?
I've got a lot of time. I've got plenty of time. So I've always got time for you, too.
I appreciate that, Keith. Thank you. And so, Keith, let's talk a little bit about Teeny Big's closing out here a little bit. Happy hour still going from 4 to 6, 4 to 7?
4 to 6.
4 to 6 with one of the best burgers in town.
We're really proud of our food.
It's great food down there.
People are surprised. They don't know we have food.
Right. They go over there and eat.
They have no idea.
Yeah.
And Miss Stephanie hasn't been there, so we're going to drag her butt down.
She hasn't been there. What kind of? You have a signature cocktail? Do you have?
We have
the
many
one to come
signature
in?
cocktails.
What's
many.
the 25?
Okay,
so what's the one that's going to bring me in there? I haven't been in yet.
The one that we designed for you when you get there.
Oh, dang. Sports talk girl, martini,
Sure.
right?
We'll design one especially for you.
Okay. And with all the craft cocktail, is Teeny Big's big into the craft cocktail thing? Are you in that run also maybe?
Yeah, we've got lots of tinctures and bitters and
things. Little this, little twist. Is it
we like to have we have mixologists and we have bartenders.
Is there a difference?
There's a difference. That's a whole nother show.
I had Miss Powell from Liberty Bar up here a couple weeks ago, and we talked. And they said, is there really a difference between a bartender and a mixologist? Because aren't they doing the same thing?
I think there are 2 total different realms.
I think they're different.
Yeah.
And that's a topic for a different show, I think.
Right. Okay. I keep bringing it. Everyone keeps, he went around it too. You know what I'm saying? Everyone keeps going around the subject. Maybe it is a topic for a different show. Maybe I'll bring the old guys and the new guys in. They can hammer it out. Because, Cosmopolitan is just like a Negroni.
There you go. Well, I think you. I
mean, it's still, mix this, mix that, little this, little that.
Because you're the consummate bartender.
Oh, come on.
I mean, for me, that's the difference between a mixologist and a bartender. A bartender is going out of his way to socialize and make the customer feel, you're the shrink. The old school, you're the
Yeah.
shrink, where the mixologist is more of the chef.
Mm-hmm.
So it's hard to get the
okay.
That's
combination.
a great comparison.
Yeah.
I
That's
can go with that.
absolutely a great comparison.
So you think I was more the shrink and Jude was more the mischief? Is that right?
Jude put the title of once upon a time, Teeny Biggs was voted best bathrooms in Seattle to have sex in. I don't know if you remember that. And I think Jude put that on the map single-handedly.
Oh, man. Wow. And what makes your bathroom so sexy?
I think that back in the day you could lock them. I don't know.
It was the red light, remember?
Oh, that's right, the red light.
Red light girls go, I can't do my makeup. It's red in there. I'm like, it's sexy, ain't it?
Yeah, but everybody looks good in red.
They all look good in
Everybody
red.
looks good. You walk into Teeny Biggs and everybody looks red.
It was funny that when we were opening Teeny Biggs, they were putting in these red tubes as we're finishing up everything and installing the bar and putting the booze up. And I'm looking around, I'm like, what's up with the red? Keith goes, everybody looks good in red. Everybody looks good in red. And that's been our mantra for a long time. Well, like, folks, Keith Robbins in the house doing her thing. We got a phone call in. It's my man, Mike Jensen. Mike, are you there? Mike, where'd you go? Mike, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
What's happening, man? Thanks for calling the Jopra Show. What's happening?
Not a whole lot, man. I'm just driving along here. Thanks for having me.
You got it, man. You got it. Oh, you're my boy from University of Washington hanging out? I got you. You're going to talk with Mr. 3-Point himself here in a few minutes. Well, let's say goodbye to Mike for one moment. We'll come back after a quick commercial, Mike. Just hold on 1 second here, all right, my man? And we'll finish up on my man here, Keith Robbins here on the Jopra Show. Keith, I tell you this, man. I thank you for coming on the show today. I mean, it's a classic. 6,038 days and rolling.
Congratulations.
16 and a half years.
16 and a half years. And what are we going to do for the 20 years? What's the 20 year all about? Are we going to go big? I mean, is Teeny Biggs going to shut the whole block down and serve 1,000 martinis? What are we going to do?
I don't know. Let's get started on it. That sounds like fun.
Don't you think?
Let's work on 6,039 days first. It'll
take a tornado, people. It will take a tornado.
20 years. Yeah, 20 years that's a lofty goal. I usually say that bar years are 15 human years. So we've all seen a lot of businesses come and go, and during that time, so it's been great. My staff is, it's always been about the staff. The staff has been, we've had some of the legendary people working at, have been through Teeny Biggs over the time, and I don't do much. I'm a lousy bartender. I'm good at smoking cigars and drinking, but it's really been about the employees, and it started with Joe, with you, and the crew
Keith.
that we had to start with were as good as it got, and it's been hard to top the opening crew that we had, and you set the stage for quite a run. And I thank you for really helping me achieve this success.
You're more than welcome, man.
What
Real
a
nice.
moment.
More than nice. That's how he rolls, folks. That's Keith Robbins, folks, here on the Jopra Show. Folks, if you haven't been on Teeny Biggs, go check it out. Still today, one of the great lounges of Seattle. Open 24, man, 6,038 straight days from 4 p.m. to 2 a.m. They do it every day. And we're going to bring down Miss Elliott, get her down there, have her check it out. They'll make up a scratch drink called the Sports Talk Girl, and we'll get there further. So we're going to go to break here, folks, on the Jopra Show. When we come back, boys from UW, 3-point conversion, Spencer Haas, and much, 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 much more. Did I say 3-point conversion? I did.
Yes.
Only here on the Jopra Show can I have names wrong. So we'll be right back after these messages. Have a good one.
About a chance, you find yourself trying to do my dance, maybe because you love me. You do well. So then we try. Sing it slow down because you weren't used to how fast we touched. Fast we touched. Then we locked eyes. And I knew I wasn't there, and I was gonna tear your ass up. I know that I'm carrying on, never mind it for sure.
If you like the Jopra Show and all its no excuses truth,
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
you need to follow Jopra on Facebook. Just search for the Jopra Show, and on Twitter, it's @Jopra Show. We'll keep you up to date with the latest and greatest about what's coming up on the show, public appearances, and everything that is Jopra approved. Jopra approved.
Is that why you were here?
Hi, I'm Martha Childress with the Natural Choice Network. Join us every Tuesday at 12:30 p.m. right here on Alternative Talk 1150. Each week, we invite leaders from our sustainable community to share their unique visions and valuable insights. You'll learn great tools to make your life greener, healthier, and more sustainable for generations to come. Thank you for making the natural choice. That's the Natural Choice Network every Tuesday at 12:30 p.m. Please join us.
As God is my witness, I thought turkeys could fly.
Hi, I'm Adam.
And I'm Fred.
And we're Talking Turkey every Friday at 4 on Alternative Talk, 1150 a.m.
Talking Turkey Radio, the real dirt on everything edible, from turkeys to really big turkeys.
Fridays at 4 on KKNW, 1150 a.m. in Seattle and the Greater Punjab Sound.
For more information, visit
TalkinTurkeyRadio.com.
Some people know a good thing when they hear it. Alternative Talk, 1150 a.m.
Hi, I'm Peter Glick from Roxy's Diner, and you're listening to The Jopra Show.
You should stop fronting, babe. Trying to be the best girlfriend you could be. Still you sneak and look at me, and girl, I love it. Then you give your other girl a shot.
Welcome back to the Jopra Show, Joe Jano. And if you just missed, man, Keith Robbins has left the building. Owner Tini Biggs on 6,038 days of love. That's a long time.
What a great guy.
Yeah, 16 and a half years.
That's
a lot of love.
That's a lot of love. You know,
your kid's ready to drive.
My kid is almost ready to drive. He's like 6'9", man. He's ready to drive right now. That's how it rolls there. So, I mean, you guys got to check it out. So I'm 100 Denny Way. Great spot. Opens every day at 4 p.m., goes till 2. And, you know, that used to be the jam. People would come from miles just to sit around, smoke cigars, drink scotch, and do what they got to do.
Everybody always looks sharp in there, too. Everybody. Every time you walk in there, no matter when you walked in there, everybody looks sharp.
Because people got dressed, man.
Yeah.
People got dressed, and they set the tone to what they're going to do. And, you know, anytime that you can get dressed up and feel good drinking martinis, Tini Biggs was the spot to go. It was the spot.
There was a lot of hookups there, too.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
That place was a legend for hookups.
Apparently in the bathroom.
In the bathroom.
When he said that, I started laughing.
Well, because you were in the bathroom.
All right.
Anyways, segue out.
What? Okay. We'll move forward.
I'm going to change the lighting in here to red.
To red lighting.
Yeah, red lighting.
I don't know why. I mean, you know, the bathroom had red light. It was crazy.
It did have red.
Yeah.
It did have crazy
It still
light.
has red
It should have been
lighting.
green light, really.
No, nobody looks good in green.
No,
light.
but
no.
red light means stop.
Green light means gotcha. There should be the light outside the bathroom that was red or green. You flip the switch. We're having fun without you.
On the Jopra Show here today, folks, as we move forward today, after we've segued away from red and green lights, things have gotten interesting in the big world. We've got lots of people, lots of love, and even hoop. And we're going to talk basketball. This is right up Jopra's alley. I mean, if we were talking about the Washington State University Cougs, it'd be even bigger in glamour. But today, the Huskies. Yes, and all my Cougar friends out there, don't worry, don't be angry. We will have a Cougar segment. Because I got lots of Twitters today. And then lots of emails like, what is going on with Mr. Cougar talking about the Huskies? But, hey, they are having a big Hoop Legend Classic. I mean, they're going to bring together everybody to talk about the Hoop Classic. And who put this together? Of course, the queen of sports talk on the Jopra Show, Miss Stephanie Elliott. Hello, Stephanie.
Hello.
So what's going on at UW, Steph? What's happening down there?
So, UW's doing a lot of stuff, unlike the Hoopers.
Stop it. Don't go that way.
Unlike Wazoo. So Coach Romar decided that it would be a good idea to get all these guys back into town. And
we're not talking just any kind of guys. I mean, you're talking how many NBA players going to be there? 4?
Oh, more than that.
Nine,
Eight or nine, yeah.
8 or 9 NBA. I mean, it's not often a team, a university team, can bring out 8 or 9 legendary NBA ball players to play in a tournament.
Yeah.
That part I think is really awesome. And then some of the old guard. Rick Kastner is going to be out there.
Yeah.
Donald Watts is going to be out there.
Yeah.
Who else is going to be out there?
There's going to be, a lot of people, not just guys that are playing the NBA now. The guys that are also playing in Europe and in other leagues will be out there. We have names like Brandon Roy, who, for us, we haven't had much of a chance to see him play.
Can he still play?
He can still play, and he will be playing this coming next Sunday.
I mean, he'll play for like 5 minutes because he's still trying to get signed, right? Or is he now clinically done from the bad up and down?
I think he's sort of stepping away a little bit, but coming back for this.
Cool. So, I mean, putting together an event like this, you got to have folks who got dreams, who got heart, who work hard to make that happen. So we were blessed today. We got a hold of the boys from 3 Point Production to come on the show and talk a little bit about what's going on. And, when you're talking events, it's work. When you're talking events, you got to be creative. And they're putting together this classic event. And it's going to be happening June 23rd at Heckhead, right? So we're proud to have our same Patrick Walker. He's the co-founder, president, guru, mixologist of 3 Point Production. Welcome to the Jopra Show, my friend. How are you?
I'm doing well, Joe. How are you doing?
So, Pat, you just sit in your room one day talking with Matt. Hey, I got an idea. Let's just get some ballers together. I mean, where did this all come from? It's a great idea.
It actually came from Coach Romar and the UW staff. We've been working with them as fan experience consultants for about a little over a year now on everything from football to men's basketball and their other sports. And when Coach came up with this concept, they approached us and know that we had background in producing NBA All-Star and different celebrity games and asked us if we'd be interested in getting involved, and we jumped at the opportunity.
Nice. I mean, this is a big event. I mean, it's starting June 23rd, 1 p.m. It's Heckhead. It's $15 to get in, general admission. If your child's under 12, which I have a couple under 12, they get it free.
That's correct.
So I can roll half my posse in. What's so funny?
Your basketball team?
My basketball
Your
team.
own basketball team.
Yes.
As long as they're wearing purple and gold, not crimson and gray.
Oh, here we go again, Pat. Here we go again. So then tell me a little bit more about this whole event. Is it a charity event on top of this, or what's happening?
Well, the concept, like I said, Coach really wanted to do something that had never been done before with the University of Washington, and given the experience and the profile of the players that they've had come out of his program, he really wanted to bring back all the old alumni guys and put on a show for the fans. And so we've got 4 main aspects to this event. We're going to open it up. Doors are going to open at noon. General admission seating, like you said. So if you get there early, you can sit really close to the floor, which along that with the $15 ticket, I don't think there's a better sporting ticket in the summer in Seattle.
Right there, too.
What time does it start?
The doors open at noon, and then we'll tip the first game off around 1 o'clock.
Oh, okay.
That's going to be the Legends game. And so that'd be the old guard, Donald and Eldridge, and even Coach is teased that he might lace him up, possibly. So
Coach is going to shoot. Well,
he hasn't committed yet, but he's definitely thrown around some possibilities. So
be the last starter out there.
Yeah, I bet you Coach probably got one of the better strokes out there.
Do not underestimate. He was a great shooter back in the day.
He was.
He could really fill it up.
I bet you at practice, too, he probably puts a few guys in their places when he wants to.
Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you? And so I heard that we have some people calling in today. We got some ex-ballers. Is that true?
Yeah, we got Mike Jensen on the phone.
Mike, what's happening? You there?
What's going on?
Man, welcome to the Jopra Show. How's everything hanging? Good?
It's good. Yeah, it's been going really well. Just, plugging away and happy to be on.
Thank you, man. So, Mike, tell me about your thoughts about the whole alumni event. Are you going to be participating?
Absolutely, yeah. No, I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be a lot of fun for everybody. I think it's actually going to be highly competitive. I've been playing with some of the guys that are back in town: Isaiah, Will, Nate, Spencer, Brandon, and just kind of getting back in shape. And I think it's going to be pretty fun. They got the teams well matched up. Lots of guys that are just finishing up with their NBA season, so they'll still be in really good shape. And we've always talked back and forth about the teams that graduated, our team from 06 that had so much success with Brandon and Trey and Nate and Will and Bobby and some of those guys playing against that team that had quite a bit of success with John and Spencer and Quincy and Isaiah. So I think it'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, so it is going to be, it's divided up where you're going to have the pre-2009 grads are going to play on one team, right? And you guys are going to go against the younger guys. Are you expecting that, there's going to obviously be some big-time matchups in here. How are you guys thinking you're going to fare?
Well, I think that we'll do all right. I think for the most part, all the guys that are older are they keep themselves in really good shape. Some of them are still playing, and I've been playing with Brandon and Will the past few days and Spencer, and so those guys all look really good still. I don't think they're going to be in quite as good a shape as guys like Quincy who just finished their season, but there's definitely, when there's pride on the line, it's going to be a good game. It's like a rivalry game almost.
I like that. And, Mike, who is have you seen Coach Romar shoot before? I want to know about the old guy. Can he still fill it up?
Coach Romar could still dunk when I was in school. And I know that's a few years ago.
Come on.
don't let him underestimate you guys talking about that he's getting old. He's got some quicks in his step. He can still shoot that left-handed J quite a bit, and he was still getting up there back when I was still in school.
So I probably expect a lot of Coach. I mean, if I'm going to put an MVP out on this game, before we get to the show, I'm going to give you my MVP. How's that sound? And, and Patrick, I want to know, are you going to play at all? I mean, there's a three-point shooting. You look like you can shoot a little bit.
No, I'll be behind the scorer's table with a headset on, directing the whole show.
Come on, I mean, three-point production. Someone had to shoot to come up with that name.
You see, Matt, of the three of us that own the company, Todd, Matt, and I'm the soccer guy. Todd's the baseball guy. Matt's our basketball guy. He's 6'8", so he may get out there, probably not, but you're definitely not going to see me on the court.
Okay, all right. Well, I can go because someone has to shoot. I figured someone had to be a shooter into this.
Mike, I'm leaving that to guys like Mike.
Mike, are you going to be hitting the three-point contest, or what part are you going to be participating in? The dunk?
I'm actually going to be participating in the just the game. I think I didn't opt to do the dunk or the 3-point. Just because I think I'm going to leave the NBA guys to do that. I think they'll have more fun, and I think the crowd will have more fun watching that as well. But I'm going to be playing in the game.
You were quite the 3-point shooter, though, when you were going to UW, right? I mean, you were shooting 41% from behind the arc.
Yeah, when I'm out there, I'll definitely shoot some. Now that I'm older, I'm wiser, I think now, and probably much to the dislike of some fans out there. I like to play down low a little bit more now than previous days of shooting outside. I just don't have the time to work on the jump shot quite as much. If I get hot, I'll still shoot quite a bit, but for the most part, I'll play down low and bang a little bit.
Because you know how much banging is going to be going on at the alumni game, right? Lots of banging going on there. People trying to fly it out. So, let me ask you something, Mike, and Pat, you get on this one too. Is there anybody out there going to sort of surprise us? I mean, so these tournaments, there's always a sort of a surprise player. Somebody's probably going to lock it up and just let it go for like about 30. I mean, is there anybody that you're thinking that could be? I mean, Poindexter's in a contract year. He may still be thinking, I got to fill it up.
Are you asking for an MVP prediction here?
Yes.
What do you think, Mike?
I think that Isaiah is definitely going to go for points. And then I think that a person who could surprise some people will be Trey Simmons because he can just flat out shoot, and he's really playing at a high level right now. And if he gets it going, he could run off quite a few points really fast. And I don't think people are they'll be kind of surprised once they see them back. They'll be like, oh, man, we've missed him.
I'm also looking forward to that Nate versus IT matchup because you get those guys on the opposing sides, and they're both fierce competitors, and I think that's going to be a fun matchup to watch.
And we're referring to IT as Isaiah Thomas,
yeah.
who we thought was going to be a Sonic at one point, right?
It was looking that way.
It was getting close. I mean, I think that's going to be very competitive. I would say that Isaiah Thomas is my sleeper.
He's already predicting that he's going to be the MVP.
Yeah, I think he's tweeted that.
Is he tweeted that already?
He's talking a little smack out there already.
So the trash talking has begun already?
That's going to be a good matchup.
Well, and Nate came off a nice little run with Chicago,
yeah.
So I like where his game is at right now.
Yeah, well, and Nate's got a lot of heart, so, I mean, I don't see him really – I see them going at it pretty hard, but they're pretty evenly matched, and I don't see him letting Isaiah get too much of the best of him in that game. So I think if you see Isaiah trying to get a lot of points, then you're going to see Nate doing right along the same thing.
Oh, we're not going to be able to keep track of these two. You score, I score. You score, I score. Well, let's talk about segue to the 3-point competition. I think this is the interesting story. The dunk thing, yeah, I get, but guys launching the ball from way out.
Yeah. Well, we do have two dunk. I mean, nothing against Wazoo, but UW does have two of the slam dunk champs that are going to be there, right?
You see how this is going, fellas?
We got Terrence Ross this year, slam dunk.
Darnell Gant out of that dunk competition. He can jump, too. He just didn't have as many game dunks as some of those guys.
So then who's going to win the dunk competition? Let's just start there first.
Well, I think, just like Stephanie just said, I think, you take Nate Robinson versus Terrence Ross. If you look at the NBA dunk contest winners, UW's the only other school besides UNC with Vince and MJ to have 2 winners.
Oh.
And Nate won 3 of them.
Right.
So we got 4 trophies in the case. Mike, who do you think between those two, Nate and Terrence? I know we got some sleepers on the dunk side, but who between Nate and Terrence pulls this thing out?
Well, I think it depending on how Nate's legs are feeling. those are the two definite favorites, Terrence and Nate. But I think that a sleeper is definitely Darnell Gant.
Now, Pat, there may be some celebrity judges out to do the dunk contest, right?
Yeah, we're lining up a pretty good name panel. It's still a little bit on the DL. We're gonna formally roll that out next week. But I know a few names have leaked out.
Yeah, I know you probably don't want to confirm or deny, but some of the names are Sean Kemp and Jamal Crawford.
Both those names have been.
They're going to be on the panel. You're saying
they're going to be judging.
Is Sean just going to come out and dunk one for old times? I mean, he only weighs 400 pounds. He can get up there.
Can he get those?
He's actually back in pretty good playing shape. We were working with him a couple weeks ago at his fantasy camp, and he's looking good.
I would officially like to say that you could put me on the panel for the contest. I think I could be.
You're putting yourself on the panel.
Why not? I should be.
There's some giveaways.
Joe, I think you have to have UW ties.
I was going to be like, don't you have to have the purple and gold to be on that panel?
You might have to don the polo to
Listen,
get on the
I
panel.
have half the kids that Sean Kemp has. I should be able to get on the show. Okay, going forward on the Jopra show. So then, the dunk competition, no one's really declared a true winner yet. So we'll segue to the three-point, which I think is still very interesting. Donald Watts, Poindexter, we got some shooters coming up here. And I tell you this, I know Donald. I know he is Twittering and texting these boys all week. Probably some of the best trash talking's coming off his phone right now. But is there a sleeper in this three-point?
Well, Mike already mentioned Trey Simmons. I think that's. I don't even know if you can call Trey a sleeper.
No,
but I think Trey's going to give
I'm still wondering if they're going to let him shoot the NBA three or the college three. I mean, they're doing a college throwback game. Are they playing NBA rules or college rules?
Oh, here you go, Pat.
We're lining up with the
players out there.
We're going to line it up with the marks on the court. So that's going to be the college three.
Oh, he'll be long all day. I'm not taking Trey at all. He's going to be long all day. I'm going to take the old guy. I'm going to take the 36-year-old. I think old Donald Watts has got a lot to prove. Because Donald's going to have Slick sitting in the corner yelling at him.
Eldridge has claimed that he's got the best jumper in UW history.
He does. That thing was patented. If you watch that on video, it's patented jump shot. I mean, the arc, the lift off the ground, the follow through.
Yeah, he's gonna be in the three-point, and there's some giveaways for fans for the opportunity to try and get into that, right?
Oh,
yeah. We
see another spot for me.
Yeah, Joe. If you can enter on Facebook next week on UW's men's basketball page, and they're gonna be giving away the third and final spot. We're gonna run a little fan competition at halftime of the Legends game, and then whoever wins that out of those three is going to move on and shoot with the main competition alongside the players.
Oh, boy, that would be one of the great
So if you're working on your stroke,
a Cougar comes in and wins the alumni three-point contest.
Oh, wow.
Mike wouldn't let that happen. He'd knock me over if I was trying to do that. Right, Mike? You wouldn't let that happen.
Somebody would have to tackle you from the crowd. I'd just put on a black mask and run really fast.
That's what we got Harry the Husky there for.
They wouldn't even know it was me. I'd go backstage and change and then come back out.
That's cold,
no Cougar
man.
Can win.
That's cold. So we got some predictions here. So we have two teams, right? Going against each other. The old team, young team. Who wins?
No. Well, you got the Legends. And then the alumni game, you got pre-09. And I wouldn't call those the old guys.
No.
And then you got the post-09.
Who's going to win between the pre and the post? Who you like there, man?
Everybody's saying that there's bigger names and on the more current team with IT and Quincy and those guys. But, I mean, look back at the squad that the only team ever to get a number one seed in UW history. Yeah. If I got to pick one, I'm going with the pre-9 squad.
Pre-9 squad.
I am too.
And that would be what? Nate?
As Brandon, Nate, Conroy, Spencer, Trey, Bobby, Jamal, and Hans Gasser joining Mike.
That's a good squad.
Yeah.
How's Spencer going to keep up with this squad? I mean, he'll you know what? Maybe Spence should be in the three-pointer because that's what he does in the NBA now, right? Mike, Spence can shoot.
A lot of threes, but he's looking good. He's been actually playing with us. We've been playing for a couple of weeks now, and so he's been playing really well. I think that he fits in well with us. It's kind of interesting because actually, if you really switched it around, it would be John that should be on our team because he played a year with us. But just because of the graduating classes and who left at what time, it switched up and ended up with Spencer on our team and John on the other team because he stayed longer.
I like that. Spence played well this year too. I could be a good sleeper too. He can shoot though.
Oh, he can shoot.
Yeah, no, he's good. He's been playing a little combination of both when we've been playing, so it'll be nice to see that. And I think that him and if Matthew Bryan Ammoning is back to play, I think that'll be a pretty solid matchup. Both guys are tall and long, so it'll be fun to watch. And then I get to bang and bruise with good John, which nobody really wants to do, but I'll go ahead and do it.
Banging and bruising, I'm trying to tell you. But so, Mike, who's got a better jumper, you or Spence? Who can shoot?
Well, if you talk about in your prime, I would definitely take myself. But, if we were to line up on the three-point line today, I think it could be anybody's game.
So how much trash talking's going on out there on the courts while you guys are playing?
I don't think there's any real trash talk going back and forth. When we're actually playing, there will be a lot. But nobody's going to say anything, I think, preemptively. Everyone's just got a lot of pride on the line, and they're just really kind of anxious to get out there and play against each other. This has been something that all the players on both teams have gone back and forth, like, oh, our team would crush yours. No, yours would get crushed. No, you guys wouldn't stand a chance. So it'll finally put all the talk to rest after this game.
Time to settle the score.
It's a time to settle the score. So it'll be a big environment. We'll have the band's going to be there. Your band's going to be there. Lots of giveaways are going to be happening. So we have that happening. And then Mike's going to be there. Is it going to be an autograph time? Are we going to be able to get kids to get to sign their basketballs and jerseys?
Yeah, we got plans right on the end there to allow the players to go over and sign autographs down with stands. And like I said, general admission ticket. You get there at noon or earlier. We're going to open up those doors at noon. If the first one's in the door, you're sitting rows away from the court.
Oh, that's good. And what kind of crowd are we expecting? How big is this going to be? I mean, it's a big place.
I anticipate it being a full gym.
Excellent. We ate those student body out that day. They need to come and represent.
Dog pack.
Don't they? Or will they not show up? The Cougars would show up.
I mean, school will be out by then, but I think
school is
going to be out by then, but I think you're going to see a lot of students sticking around for this.
I think so. I mean, this is a great event. This is going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, if you don't have something for your dad yet for Father's Day, this might be a good opportunity. Get some tickets this week.
Get some tickets and go check it out.
Take them out there next week.
I think it's going to be I like this event. So it's going to be 1 p.m. It starts off. Doors open at noon on June 23rd at the Heck Ed. And this is going to be fun. You're going to have all the old dogs, new dogs just getting together for a little straight get down. And let's just be safe. There's going to be some upsets here. I mean, I'm still thinking, D. Watts is going to hit the three-point show. Dunk-wise, I don't know. I don't know how I like to dunk-wise. I think Nate's got a lot to prove. He's got the most pressure.
With the young gun coming in right behind him, I think so too.
I think Nate's got a lot of pressure. But, it's all going to be on Mike. I mean, Mike Jensen, if he's not having his A game, he's going to hear it from me. I'll be center court wearing my Cougar hat, and Mike, I'm going to be all into you right off the bat. Because, Mike, I'm one of the great trash talkers of the day. I mean, you think Nate can get down. I used to get down. I used to call Nate on the cell phone while he was playing basketball just to get him fired up. So I think we're going to have a good one. Mike, thanks for coming on the Jopra Show. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having me.
Well, we move forward. Pat, what else is going on with Three-Point Production? I heard you got some big event occurring in L.A. soon. Tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, we're going down in August for the Nike 3-on-3 at L.A. Live group. We work with AEG on that. And it's essentially a lot like Spokane Hoopfest. In fact, they work with the Hoopfest guys who run the operations down there. And they build downtown LA's version of Hoopfest right next to Staples Center. They set up a big, call it 2,000-seat arena there at the LA Live area, which is right outside where they do the all the big shows, the Grammys and all that bit, right outside Staples Center, and convert it into a basketball arena. And we put on the whole entertainment that weekend, and kicks off with Josh Hutcherson from the Hunger Games. He does a celebrity game on Friday night, and then we got everybody from the Laker girls rolling through to a ton of former and current Clippers and Lakers in the area, and just do a lot of autographs and you see some good basketball. So it's a fun event that we've been working on now. I've been involved with it 5 years running, so it's a great time.
And will this event be televised? Will I be able to watch it, or will I catch it on YouTube? Or what?
There's definitely tons of YouTube clips that come out of it, but it's built for the fan base down there and built for the live presentation and the live entertainment. So that's where we focus as a company too.
Nice. And you said that you guys really focus on the college scene. I mean, you're working with lots of universities, correct?
Yeah, University of Washington is. We've been working with them for a little over a year now. First heading into their launch of or remodel of Alaska Airlines Arena at Pavilion last year, when they added all the scoreboards, video boards, upgrades, and redefining their fan experience. And have continued that with both their football season last year at CenturyLink, and as they go into what Husky Stadium is going to feel like. So that's a major undertaking for us right now, working with their marketing staff and just designing, as a fan walk up, everything you're going to feel and see it at the stadium on a game day.
Yeah, and you guys did the Carrier Classic, right? The on the naval ship.
Yeah, that was a probably one of the most unique events I've ever done in my career. It took place out in Charleston, South Carolina, on the board of on deck of an aircraft carrier, and over the course of about a week and a half, built a small arena was built. It was 5,000 seats, and we were working with, you had schools like Ohio State, Notre Dame, and Marquette out there. And I think one of the most unique things about that was having to figure out where the locker rooms are going to be. It's not your current standard setup. So we literally were setting up locker rooms in bunks area and barracks. I don't know if that's the right Navy term, but that we're using World War II. And so guys are walking from the locker room up to the court, and they're passing probably 2 anti-aircraft guns, a couple fighters.
Wow.
And it's a really, really cool atmosphere on that one. Yeah.
Fun. So, and we're blessed that today you're going to be giving away some tickets. Is that correct?
Yeah, I brought in a couple of tickets for you guys for the UW alumni game to give away on air.
Nice. And so if you go to thejoprashow.com and friend us and come on the Jopra Show and tell me you want tickets, we'll get you through the Gmail and we'll hook back up and we'll give you some tickets to the UW game.
Yeah.
Nice job, huh, Steph?
Yeah. And you guys got your Facebook? Follow you on Twitter at...
Yeah. If you want breaking news about the UW alumni game or all of our promotions, like you mentioned, we're going to give a seat away on the celebrity judges panel next week. And that's coming up. So follow us at 3 Point Productions, so 3PT Productions on Twitter, or search for us give us a like on Facebook, and we'll be breaking news of the slam dunk rosters, the judges panel, 3 Point contestants, the Legends game. All that information's coming next week.
Folks, Patrick Walker from 3 Point Productions here, only on the Jopra Show. Thanks for coming on, man. Appreciate it.
Appreciate being here.
We're going to take a quick break, talk traffic, weather, and lots of love here, only on the Jopra Show on Alternative Talk. We'll be right back. You're listening live to the Jopra Show on Alternative Talk Radio. If you just joined us, man, we just finished up with 3 Point Productions, talking about hoops, dunks, 3-point shooters, and the Husky alums getting it down next week at the Heck. I tell you, Steph, I like that event. I can't wait to go to Heck Ed.
I think it's gonna be a much bigger event, and those guys are so good. 3 Point Productions, everything's gonna flow. It's gonna be a really good fan experience.
They do a great job. So it's 2:02 here on the Jopra Show on Alternative Talk Radio. I'm Joe Janot, and we got a great show. We're talking about all sorts of things, some hoops, cocktails. Now time to talk about booze. And when you talk about booze, there's a great event happening, Lisa, down at the Sodo.
I already bought my ticket.
You bought your ticket for the Proof of Washington, and to go about the Proof of Washington, the big distillery festival, we brought in Stephen Stone, one of the event coordinators. Stephen, how are you? Welcome to the Jopra Show.
Doing great. Thanks, Joe.
Hey, Steve, so tell me a little bit about this whole concept. I love the idea. I mean, when I found out about it a couple of months ago, I got to hear more about it. Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, it's basically an event that's going to showcase all the local distilleries. We have actually the most vibrant industry in the nation. We have over, 45 distilleries in production now in Washington. And so it's a way of getting them together and, showcasing the products to the consumers of Seattle, so they can come down and when they buy a ticket, they get to have some samples. There's going to be food and craft cocktails and even a duty-free liquor store.
I like the liquor store. We'll come back to that.
I like that idea.
We'll come back to it. So I can go online, buy tickets, and how many ticket stubs do I get?
When you buy a ticket, that ticket will get you 10 tastes. It's basically a quarter-ounce little sample.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Uh-huh.
That's 10 tastes.
That's good.
And then can I buy more tickets afterwards? Because, I may just be getting warmed up.
If you want to taste more, you can obviously buy more tickets. Probably if you want to taste a lot more, they'll probably want to basically be sure and sample and then spit. That way you won't get too inebriated.
Right. That's good. And tell me a little bit, Steve, this is a funny event. It's just not just one round, get in, do what you got to do, and get out. There's 2 sessions. Tell me about these sessions.
Now, there's an afternoon session from 1 to 4, and then we'll take a break and then let in the evening session, and that'll go from 6 to 9.
And within these sessions, you're previewing different distilleries. Yes?
Well, each the distilleries will be showcased the same way. It's just kind of a way of being able to offer up the space to more people. And also not, in terms of the LCBs, the Liquor Control Board's concerned, not have such a long event where people might get into trouble if they're drinking too much.
No, it's a good point. It's a good point. And I love the chance to taste all of it and the showcasing of it. the sessions. And you're talking about the evening session, the day session. The evening session is sold out, but there's still walk-up tickets. Is that correct?
Yeah, there's still plenty of walk-up tickets for the evening session, or I should say some. They'll be first come, first serve, obviously.
Right. And within these 40 distilleries or so that's showing up, is there some distilleries that are standing out? I mean, there seems to be some, I don't want to say the word separation, but there are some that are really making a big push nationally. Batch 206 has been doing some good things. Mischief, is there anybody else that we don't know about or any surprises that are growing distillery-wise?
Washington is really putting the craft distilling industry in the U.S. on the map. We have lots of people doing really wonderful things. For instance, Sidetrack down in Kent, they're a berry farm that do berry liqueurs. We have Big Gin in Ballard. We have Voyager over in Woodinville. Woodinville Whiskey, unfortunately, it's not going to be there, but they're making great whiskeys. Dry Fly, the first in Washington out in Spokane, they continue to make great products. Sound Spirits, my own company, our Ebb and Flow brand of vodka and gin. We got recognized by the Beverage Tasting Institute for it. So, and lots of really good products from Washington.
So during the two different events, the noon or the afternoon and evening events, you have different people like talking about the distilleries and different things that are going on, right?
Yeah. So we are also going to do a Meet the Maker series of basically talks where one on the distiller from particular distilleries will be giving a talk on something in the industry that interests them at length about. So, yeah, and up close and personal talks with individual distilleries will be going on through the sessions as well.
I like that because you get a good feeling about what they're going through and the process of what it took to get to this point. Tell me a little bit.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit. I really love the idea of the bartender craft cocktail thing. Tell me a little bit more about that.
So going on all at the same time, there'll also be a craft cocktail bar. We've gotten some of the best bartenders in Seattle to volunteer for the event, to basically take their skills and use it with local, based products to make great cocktails.
And is there any are these some of the big name bartenders? Who would I recognize?
Oh gosh, we've got Michael Fothrop from Cannon and Leroy from Rocco's and Paul Ritmus from Local 360. We've got Missy from Sun Liquor and Elizabeth from Liberty. So
big names,
really good talent. Yeah.
And so then folks will be able to come up to there and use one of their tickets to get a cocktail from them also?
Well, the tickets for the cocktails, being that they're a full-size pour, they're going to be $7 cocktails that you'll buy separately. Yeah.
That makes sense.
Is it cash only, or can people bring cards?
Yep, cash and credit for the cocktails. The liquor store, the duty-free liquor store, is going to be credit only.
Okay.
And elaborate on the duty-free liquor store. I mean, can I just go in there and get my craze on? I mean, what's it all about?
So what's going on is this is a fundraiser for the Washington Distillers Guild. I'm president, and being that we're a nonprofit, we're allowed to get what's called a special occasion license, which allows the fundraiser to have tax-free sales. Usually, that whenever you're talking about sales tax, it's not a huge deal, 9.5% for Seattle, but for spirits, obviously the taxes are really high, so it's going to actually be a pretty extraordinary deal for the consumer.
I'm coming with my empty box and the separators
Right?
and buying some stuff up, loading up the trunk.
Load up the trunk. And if you just joined us on the Jopra Show, we got in studio Stephen Stone. He is one of the creators of the Proof Washington Distillery Festival happening tomorrow night. If you go on our Facebook, you can find all the information about that, or go to Proof of Washington and go through their website. But this is really a unique event. Tell me, Stephen, about the food concept, because there's some big names. I mean, you got Local 360, Theo Chocolate, Kick and Boot Barbecue. Tell me what's going to happen with those folks.
They really like to support our industry, being local restaurants, especially sometimes showcasing lots of local fare on their menus. So it's a natural for them to want to participate and get their names out there in front of people. So they're supporting us, and we like supporting them. So they're going to be there offering small bites to everyone for free that comes with the ticket.
I like that. And they little bites, little snibbles and stuff. But Theo Chocolate. I was like, I'm going to have to get Sidetrack Distillery and Theo's Chocolate together. Give me a little berry liqueur with a little chocolate.
Exactly.
All right. That's awesome. So how many people are we expecting? What kind of numbers are we looking at?
Well, we're looking probably at pushing 400 for the evening session, and probably end up with walk-ups. Probably we'll get to 200 or 300 for the afternoon session as well.
Oh, man, congratulations. What a great it's the first round. They just blew it up like that.
I know. I'm excited to go.
It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. Well, Stephen, before we go, a couple things. Transportation-wise, they can use the Shuttle Express. Is that correct?
Yep, Shuttle Express. The bus line goes almost all the way down. But, yeah, cabs will obviously work, too. We're hoping people will choose not to drive if they're going to be consuming.
Nice. I tell you, we got to hit this event up tomorrow night. It's going to be big. I like the afternoon schedule. Mm-hmm. That's where you're going to get to play. Because I always say, the first part of every festival is the best part. Later on, when things have gone wrong and people have been drinking too much, you know how that goes.
Yeah.
Wild on wild. Well, Stephen, thanks a lot for coming on the Jopra Show. I really appreciate it. Congratulations with the event. And hopefully down the road, I'll be able to go to one of these events. I wish, you go, Lisa.
I'm going to be there.
You be there. I'll be thinking about you. Well, Stephen, thanks again, man, and have a great day, and good luck tomorrow.
Thank you so much.
You got it, sir. Hey, Proof of Washington, folks.
Yeah, I'm excited to go. I'm excited to see all the distilleries that I know nothing about.
Steph, are you going to go?
You
like spirits?
Yeah, I do. I just like Lisa was saying, there's a lot of them that I don't know about. I mean, I obviously know they're from around here, but there's not much more I know. So yeah, I'd like to go try some stuff.
See, I think that what we need to do is get you guys Ubered up, stop off at Teeny Bigs and have a little something, and then go down to the...
We'd have to have Teeny Bigs after to fill our bellies.
Get your
If we go to the afternoon events, 1 to 4.
Oh, you're going to go to the afternoon event?
I have tickets to both.
Oh, wow. Somebody. On the Town with Lisa, people, breaking it down. We are going to go to break here on the Jopra Show at 2:13. And when we come back, we'll go live wire with the boys talking with the guys from the other side. Hip-hop documentary only here on the Jopra Show Alternative Talk. Be right back.
3,500 years ago. I don't know.
And I can't change. Even if I tried, even if I wanted to. And I can't change. Even if I tried, even if I wanted to. My love, she keeps me warm. She keeps me warm. She keeps me warm. She keeps me warm.
If you like the Jopra Show and all its no excuses truth,
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
you need to follow Jopra on Facebook. Just search for the Jopra Show, and on Twitter, it's @Jopra Show. We'll keep you up to date with the latest and greatest about what's coming up on the show, public appearances, and everything that is Jopra approved. Jopra approved.
Is that why you were here?
Hi, I'm Pat Pauley. Tune into my show, Get Active, each Tuesday at 12 noon on Alternative Talk 1150. Each week, we invite a guest to talk about one of the wonderful activities in the Puget Sound region, ones that you may want to participate in. We'll focus on how adult beginners can comfortably get into all of these activities. You'll learn a lot about how you can get active. Be sure to listen. That's Get Active with me, Pat Pauley, at 12 noon each Tuesday on Alternative Talk 1150.
What would you say?
I'm gonna puke. No.
I'll find my own way home. Dude, you're high.
You're wasted.
My parents would kill me.
I have too much to risk.
You shouldn't be driving. We can get kicked off a team.
Babe, there's cops everywhere.
My brother was killed in a DUI crash.
I'll lose my license.
I want to live.
Please don't drive with someone that's drunk or high, because what you say can change your life forever.
Drive sober or get pulled over. Brought to you by your Pierce, King, Snohomish County, Target Zero Traffic Safety Task Forces.
Following the herd is fine until they lead you off a cliff. Think for yourself. Alternative Talk, 1150 a.m.
Hey, this is Jason Reed, producer, editor of Evergreen, The Road to Legalization in Washington, and you're listening to The Jopra Show.
It's dropped on the daily. We become so numb to what we're saying. A culture founded from oppression. Yeah, we don't have acceptance for 'em. Call each other gets behind the keys of a message board. A word rooted in hate, yet our genre still ignores it. Gay is synonymous with the lesser. It's the same hate that's caused wars from religion.
Welcome back to the Jopra Show. And if you just joined, man, good stuff today. Husky Basketball Alumni Fest is coming up. Teeny Bigs in 6,038 consecutive days of being open. And Proof of Washington happened Saturday night down there in the Soto. So good stuff. Moving right along, though, we got to talk about music because it's the Live Wire segment, and my boys are in the house. Kylie, what's happening? Omar, how are you?
What's
going on, Joe? How you doing?
How's the guys on the streets? How you doing? I mean, you guys are pounding the streets hard.
I've been 7 shows in the last 2 weeks.
I mean, how do you see so many shows? I mean, you got to you're in it.
It's like musical ADD. Like, you just go for like 20, 30 minutes of one and then go to another one.
Yes. I mean, Kylie, how do you keep up? I mean, you're getting like your master's for the 33rd time in college.
I wish I could say that was true.
Traveling around the world. I mean, guys, in this whole thing about doing music, I mean, you guys were all in. When you guys approached me and we sat in a room trying to negotiate out the deal like Nike and Michael Jordan. I mean, the thing had to come
over
forward.
Those High Lifes and Dick's Burgers.
Right. You know, I mean, I'm impressed. I mean, if you can hear, these guys are hitting everything. I mean, I'll talk to Mick. Always came back from a show. I call him, hey, we're heading to a show. I say, hey, what are you doing right now? Oh, I'm outside a venue of a show. I mean, it's pretty impressive. It is. I really appreciate it.
And
all
stuff
that.
just ends up just coming to the city. It's a crazy time right now where it's just every night it's a different thing. Like, I mean, I saw you the other night when I had my boy with me and we came in for dinner, and that show was awesome too. And I just found out about that the night before.
Is live music or is rock, hip hop, or however you want to characterize this, back in Seattle right now? Is it a high level like when Pearl Jam and Marco Collins were getting down? Would you say?
I'd say it's still building.
I'd
say we're on an upswing right now, whereas we saw a little bit of a recession, so to speak, in music. And I touched on it last week. Austin definitely overshadowed us for a few years there, but I think Seattle's back on the rise. And this documentary we're talking about today, as well as a lot of the press that the Seattle hip-hop scene has been receiving.
That XXL article.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the XXR. And it's a good segue into that. We're talking about a documentary. It's not any documentary. We're talking about hip-hop, about the vibe of Seattle and how it's sort of progressed. And how, man, with Macklemore and Ryan Lewis and what they're doing, they shot their show called The Other Side. Just finished up doing the SIF festival in studio today. Jeff Santos. Jeff, what's happening, my man?
How you guys doing? Thank you for having me.
Welcome, man. You're famous, dude.
Oh,
I mean, I brought up your name and everybody, like, I know that cat. I know
Coast
that
to
cat.
coast like butter and toast.
Right? It is like butter and toast. Well, Jeff, man, welcome, man.
Oh, no,
welcome.
thank you for having me
And, I mean, my boys, they seem to be pulling guys out left and right around here. It's impressive. So, I mean, do you think, and the question, is it rising? I mean, is Seattle music, are we peaked? Are we halfway there?
I most definitely would agree with Kylie in saying that it is building. Macklemore most definitely is that door of insight into the community here. And obviously the documentary is really just a fraction of what's going on. It was really a snapshot of what had gone on between 2010 and now. But the door's wide open. I mean, there's so many artists, just as you were saying, these guys going to shows. I mean, that's just testament to how much the guys or artists are working out there to get their stuff out. So it's exciting. Yeah.
No, I mean, I think that, if it's just warming up, I can't see when it's going to be all in. Yeah. I mean, that's the part of it. And with the movie, The Other Side, it's finished up at SIF. What's the next step for it? I mean, where will the common Joe be able to check this out on a daily occurrence?
Well, that's the discussion right now. I think we're done with festivals.
Okay.
So the discussion now is trying to clean up all the loose ends so that we can provide a digital release for the general public to view.
Nice. I mean, and that's good. I watched it. Most of it. It's very well done.
Amazing.
It is. It's very well done. I mean, I was having goosebumps, man.
What was the reaction at SIF?
Well, it showed 3. The first 2 during the full schedule of SIF were sold out, which was a blessing for us to see the support. But it was kind of not so much of a surprise because the town by itself, without the documentary, gets a lot of shine. Not only because of Macklemore, but just the work that guys do in touring and putting out their work constantly. So, it was great. I mean, just great to see all the, from older fans, older, newer fans to the young, general fan base that you would see come out. But it was great to see shows sell out. It was great for the artists, who were there present just to see, their faces on a big screen. For us to see it on a big screen was just, it was exciting.
Nice.
Definitely. Now, where can the public, where or when can the public expect to have access to this film?
Oh, that's to be determined.
Okay.
We have a website, madnorthwest.com, where they could follow, and we'll post updates. I don't see it being too long. Obviously, there's a momentum because of SIF that I'm sure we'd like to take advantage of.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Let's go back to go ahead, Kylie.
Well, are there any other films and projects that you've worked on that you'd like to tell us about?
outside of that, there are music videos that we've done, short films. One in particular that was just of late was one for a local reggae band, Core Ions, who you know intimately.
That might be somebody you know.
What band is that?
I don't know about that keyboard guy.
Yeah, that keyboard guy there. Yeah, we had to keep him out. Yeah. But having that work out there, I mean, what's interesting is that even that, though that is a different genre, the community is so tight knit that Prometheus Brown, Geologic from the Blue Scholars was on that song because he's good friends with the band. OR from Macklemore and Ryan Lewis is part of that band as well. So there's very much intersection amongst not only musicians but genres.
It's a big family.
Yeah, it is. It very much is a big family.
Did you do that Coffee and Snow video for Blue Scholars?
No, I did not.
You did not?
But it was great.
I love that video.
Yeah, I mean, just to go off of that, I mean, outside even the realm of musicians and producers, there's a whole slew of videographers and directors that, work hand in hand with, all the musicians and putting out media. And I think that's one thing that Seattle has is they're all media artists and take advantage of every aspect, YouTube, soundtrack. Anyways, anything that they could put their music on.
SoundCloud.
Yeah, SoundCloud. That's what I'm thinking about. So they take full advantage of that, which is in testament just to the hard work they put in.
For sure,
Yeah.
it's great that you have these communities of artists working together.
Yeah.
on the video side of it, along with the musicians.
Exactly.
Things like that.
And it seems like it's very intertwined. I mean, it's like everybody seems to know everybody in the circle, which is great. I mean, as we go forward, it's going to grow.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah. It's going to grow as a group. And we're blessed today. We went all the way to Hawaii, right?
That's very true.
Called one of your homies, right?
Very true.
And who's on the radio via live satellite? Or is that you?
Yep.
How's it, bro? Welcome to the Jopra Show.
What's up, OR?
I'm chilling, baby. Hey, Jeff, congratulations, man.
Oh,
Great
no.
work of art on that Core Ions video, man.
Oh, no. Thank you, man. That obviously
Yeah,
just
man.
capturing the work that you guys all put in.
And the film's beautiful, too, man. It's good to see you being prolific out here, man.
Oh, no, thank you, brother. Thank you so much.
And you got to see, have you just seen just the trailers? Have you seen the whole film yet?
I was part of the film. I lived the film.
I lived the film.
I lived it. I lived it.
You had to live with me for a part of it too. I know that.
Yeah, no doubt.
So now, Or, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself here? You're the right hand man of Macklemore and Ryan Lewis, the trumpet player. I hear you're a very sought after.
You could say that.
I hear you're a very sought after musician.
Yeah, I'm a lover of music. I try to immerse myself in all the musical communities and brotherhoods and sisterhoods I could possibly immerse myself in. And it's all about the love. It's all about the passion for artistry and taking yourself to the limit and constantly challenging yourself to realize that there is no limit, So that's me in a nutshell.
Very well put. Very well put.
So besides for Macklemore, like what other acts have you been working with?
Definitely, like you could pick out any musician in Seattle that I've worked with. So if you look at Core Ions is a group that I obviously play horns for, put together horn sections for Chocolate, Tiffany Wilson. I work with everybody in the town, whether it's jazz, whether it's rap, whether it's rock, Thaddeus Turner, Cadillac. You got a project out. I pretty much work with every person who calls me. I say yes. That's like my motto.
That's true. Very true.
McDonald's called last week. Yes.
Who'd you play with in Hawaii last night?
I did a show with Macklemore, Ryan Lewis, Juan, who's the vocalist for the Thrift Shop song, and Ray Dalton, who has the #1 single out in the world, Can't Hold Us. So we did a show in Honolulu. It was incredible with the neon trees. I mean, the energy out here is just it's just incredible, man. As the sun's out, the beaches, the atmosphere is beautiful. The fans are great. Just an amazing feeling, you know.
Now, or that sounds fantastic. Where are you guys on your tour right now? Are you going to be hitting the road some more with this group?
Yeah. So far this year, we've rocked over 100 shows. So I think we're on like 115 or something like that. So that means every single day we rock a show. Every week we probably take 2 days off. And a day off really means that you get a chance to go home and do all the errands. So you're working harder when you're in the town than when you're on the road. You know what I'm saying? So
wow.
It's just go, go, go. You know, it's like this is one of those times in our scene where the spotlight's on us and there's no time to sleep. So you just got to make moves.
Got to make moves. And if you just joined us on the Jopra Show today, man, we got just a stellar crew in time for the live wire of Jeff Santos from the other side, and Or calling it live from Honolulu, who just got done blowing it up with the Macklemore group. So, Or, let me ask you a question. Like, when you're on stage, man, when you're kicking it live with Macklemore, does it dawn on you a little bit? Has it sort of hit you guys? I mean, the show, the other side, how far this is coming? Have you guys like going, wow, what have we started or what has happened? I mean, does it dawn on you it's blown up? I mean, it's big. It's big.
Yeah. We have no idea what's happened. We really don't. All we do is we know that we want a clean toilet to take a shower and a couch to sleep on before the show so we can get it. You know what I'm saying? That's it. It's about the moment of truth. It's about rocking shows, having people walk into a venue with a scowl on their face and walk out with a smile on their face and just spread that 206 music, you know, spread that energy, that killer instinct, and really just like, you know, spread a message and try to heal the world as much as possible, you know what I'm saying? So we don't think about anything other than what it is we're here to do and focusing, you know, writing a lot, meditating a lot, exercising, spending time with family, eating right, just all the mundane day-to-day things. That's all we think about. Other than that, you know, it's just about it's bigger than any one person. It's bigger than anybody. I think we really understand that piece of this whole phenomenon. So I don't really read articles or reviews. All I do is wake up in the morning with my trumpet. I practice, run some routines, and I just dream about the point where I could get on stage and try to make this movement keep moving, you know?
I was pretty amazed with, like, I mean, it's not just nationwide, it's worldwide. I mean, on the documentary, it talks about how the Macklemore thrift shops went 7 times platinum in Australia. And I actually had a friend visiting from Australia from when I used to live there, and we were going to a Macklemore show or something along those lines. And I was like, have you heard of this guy? She's like, yeah, I mean, I have all his stuff. And I was like, well, how's this happening? Have you guys been playing down there at all?
Yeah. The beauty of this whole thing is that it is global, and the world is really a small place. So you get out to places like Australia and New Zealand and Belgium and France and you know, Honolulu, all these places, and you realize that you're meeting people again. You know, so I'm starting to meet people 3, 4, 5 times that I met for the first time, and really everything is local. Everything is all the hip hop scene is really just one small hip hop scene. You know, it's not as big. You know, it's like the Wizard of Oz. You think it's this like big dude, but it's really a little midget behind a curtain. It's far more simple than we make it out to be, and it's beautiful to realize that. You know, the insight that you get from traveling around the world is a beautiful thing. You just realize that anything really is possible. You can do anything if you want it bad enough, and if you work at it hard enough, and if you're guided, you're guided well. You know what I'm saying? If just simple things like eating right and meditating and listening to the voices inside your head and keeping it more angels than demons. You know what I'm saying? So it's a beautiful thing, man. I really, I'm very fortunate to be part of this thing, but it's really bigger than any one person. You know, it's bigger than any one of us. It's the entire world consciousness, I feel, or there's a paradigm shift happening. And it's beautiful that hip-hop is at the center. The hip-hop generation is at the center of that, you know?
Definitely. Now, or for our listeners at home, and Jeff, I want your input on this too.
I'm sorry, man. I can't hear you guys. You guys speak up, baby.
Okay, I got you. So for our listeners at home, I was wondering if you and Jeff could kind of talk about this XXL article and the impact that it's having on Seattle. There were just 15 artists that were listed as the new hip-hop regime of Seattle that you need to know. What can you guys tell us about that?
Well,
you want to go?
Yeah, I'll hit it up first. I think initially it was a blessing. I mean, it's just to show more love and to showcase the other artists that are out here. Unfortunately, and Charles Mudede of The Stranger covered this, that there was a lot of hate that came out of it, unfortunately, that is unnecessary because it's just a list. Because there's obviously many more artists than the 15. Hopefully things settle down and congratulations are offered. But I think in the bigger picture, it's beautiful for the city of Seattle.
Yeah, I agree with Jeff. I think, like, ultimately it was framed as player haters, but that's just y'all talking about player haters. I think Charles really is an incredible writer, and what he did is he wrote a honest article. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was talking about how he met up with Black, who is MC with Black Stacks, and Castro, who's with Conscious Music, and all these different artists that he overheard talking. But he didn't really frame it like it was a bad thing. He was framing it as everybody was offering their opinion. What I've gotten from Seattle, the thing about Seattle is, like, traveling around the world and being in a musician from the town, I realized that Seattle is a very loving hip-hop scene. Like, goes to, like, Philly, and you'll really experience some hate. Like, 2 Chainz almost got shot.
Yeah.
Like, 2 cats
Recently
jumped on that fool with, like, guns. You know what I'm saying? So really, Seattle, all I've ever experienced from Seattle rappers, whether it be like Gio from the Blue Scholars, or whether it be 84 Fly, or whoever it is, I don't like anybody in the town. Jay Pender, Shelton Hare, all these cats are very amicable guys. Like, everybody besides those cats, even like the hard hitters, like the gangster cats, like Avatar Darko, they're really nice cats. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody congratulates each other. Everybody actually shows up to each other's shows. We support each other. We open up for each other when we don't need to be opening up for nobody, you know? Like, we're obviously supporting each other in many ways. You know what I'm saying? It's really what I like to call, or the way I heard it put by one of my favorite MCs in the town, Big Nat and Goon. They call it a fraternity. You know what I'm saying? It's a fraternity of cats. It's like a samurai code we got going on that, you know, thou shalt not hate. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's all I've ever experienced from the Seattle scene. So I think it's a very, very loving scene. You know, it's a very, we pick each other up. We feature on each other's cuts. We do everything we possibly can. Like, everybody's very prolific because we have not just the music scene, but we have, like, filmmakers like Jeff, filmmakers like
John Agustavo.
Like John, like Sabzi's brother. Like, we got all these
Gray,
guys helping the scene. Everybody's working together. It's a very codependent scene, you know what I'm saying? And I think that's a beautiful thing. I think there's far more. It's 99% beauty, and the hate is not. I don't even see any of the hate. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And that's really the way I frame it in my mind. That's the way I see what's going on in this town that we live in. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha. So taking that all into account and everything, where do both of you guys see the future of Seattle hip hop going?
I agree with Owar that there's really no limit. It's kind of a brand new market in terms of outside Seattle. You know, we are been introduced to markets outside. And that's because of the exports. Seattle, people who came from Seattle who moved out and went to New York, and like, you got to listen to Macklemore, you got to listen to Physics. blue scholars. So it's a lot of those who've come from Seattle who've just moved to different locations and just spread the word. So really, we touched upon it. One of the artists touched upon it in the documentary. It's really just a brand new market, essentially. There's all these, the 15 that were on XL and Double XL's article, and the numerous outside of the 15 who are waiting, who the world have yet to see. And so it's really limitless.
Jeff, is there a chance? Is there going to be a part 2 to this? I mean, because you guys just are touching it. Is there going to be more coming?
As far as Mad Northwest and the Other Side documentary, it's yet to be determined. During the filmmaking, there were 2 other documentaries that we're trying to make way to. What I hope is, whether it comes from us or other players in the industry, that more of the story is told, because again, what we told was really a fraction of the whole scene in and of itself. So I'm hoping there's other filmmakers out there who are very talented and very capable, who I hope will take the charge of telling other parts of the stories, since there's just so many artists out there.
Yeah, I'd like to say that the article, that double XXL, I call it double XXL. It's really XXL, right?
Yeah.
But the article, I think what it does is it kind of shows the beauty of the Seattle scene. Like, part of being an artist is being angry. Like, we all hear the idea of the starving artist, right? And when you're starving, like, you're mad. You're still going, but the anger, that people feel, I think it's not necessarily hate. It's like anger that I'm not, everybody wants some type of acknowledgement. If you say what's up to somebody and they don't say what's up to you, it's like, damn, why are you shunning me? You know what I'm saying? But ultimately, I've found that in art, when you're angry about something, it makes you step to the plate. It makes you prove yourself. You have something to prove. You have something that you want to bring to the table that people see and people acknowledge, and people have something undeniable that people have to talk about, that people have to, put in radio interviews or put in a magazine or put in something. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's a beautiful thing. I think that's just a sign. It's a feedback loop that's showing us that Seattle is trying to get it. Seattle's not like this is a sleeping thing. It's like a sleeping giant. You know what I'm saying? These cats are actually putting out videos. These cats are putting out music. These cats are doing things. And it really, whoever works the hardest is going to win at the end of the day. And that's all there is to it. Like, the more work you put into it, which is kind of like a testament to, like, the song 10,000 Hours Macklemore got. It's like the more hours you put into your craft, the more time you put into your craft, the more you spend refining it, the more you spend making it finer and more beautiful, you can't help but win. And I think that's what this article is kind of like, creating that drama, that storm, that perfect storm for people to want to go out and get it,
Agreed.
And I think this is just, it's just the beginning. And the other side, I'll be interested to see where it goes. Because, it's very well done, Jeff. And I think it's going to appease a lot of people outside of the hip-hop scene, outside of music. I'm definitely going to show it to my kids and let them look at it, because it's well done.
Thank you.
And I want people to look at that. And I hope that folks, I hope theaters grab it and show it more, because it needs to be seen from a lot of parts. Or you're right, you got to do your time.
Yeah.
If you work hard on any task, you are going to achieve. And with what you did, it's very well done. Guys, in closing, I can't say enough. I think that the other side, I'd love to see it go to a couple more festivals, see how it does. I think there'd be a surprise and some awards down the road for you, for sure.
Oh, thank you, Joe.
Yeah, I just want to thank both of you guys for coming on our show and making this another phenomenal experience here, Jeff and Orr.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you, Orr. Thank you, Jeff.
Thank you guys for having us.
Jeff Santos from the film of The Other Side here on the Jopra Show. We're going to go right to a break, and we'll be right back with On the Town with Lisa here, only on the Jopra Show.
The legend of the phoenix all ends with beginnings. What keeps the planet spinning? The force from the beginning. Love.
on The Jopra Show is a great and affordable way to have people stand up and take notice of your business. When you advertise with Jopra, you reach an audience that's smart, savvy, and is receptive to your message. For more information, email Joe at joprashow@gmail.com. That's joprashow@gmail.com.
Remember when your neighbor found us naked in the car, and the time some outdoor action got us kicked out of the park? Getting frisky in the dark, I gave your eye a poke. I think the dog is also in the bed. Do I smell smoke? You and me, we never give up, you and me. We never, ever, ever give up. Getting hot and heavy with the whipped cream that we bought, undressing in the kitchen and then getting caught. So many things can go wrong, but we still can get it right. You and me, we're not gonna give up tonight.
You didn't give up on sex. Don't give up on birth control either. There are more methods than you think. Visit bedsider.org to compare all the choices and put the bogus myths to bed at bedsider.org.
Boy, we got options tonight.
Brought to you by Bedsider and the Ad Council. Bedsider.org.
More choices, more topics, more shows. One station. Alternative Talk, 1150 AM.
What's up? This is your boy Caleb from Project Lionheart. You are listening to The Jopra Show.
All night to get some. She's up all night for good fun. I'm up all night to get lucky. We're up all night to the sun. We're up all night to get some. We're up all night for good fun. We're up all night to get lucky. 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 We're up all night to get lucky.
You're listening live to the Jopra Show on Alternative Talk Radio. I'm Joe Janot, doing it on the big time scale today.
That's my new favorite song.
Yes?
Yeah.
Okay, I like that song. No Girl on Fire no more?
No.
Robin Thicke stuff?
Yeah, I like that song. I like that song. I
That's
listen
Robin
to that.
Thicke?
Yeah.
That's Robin Thicke and
Pharrell.
Crazy to think that guy's dad was on, what was that, Growing Pains?
Yeah.
Damn, hey, that's how it goes here on the Jopra Show. Growing Pains,
That's
right?
Daft Punk.
Huh?
Daft Punk.
Daft Punk, folks.
With Pharrell.
Yeah. So, folks, if you got back to the Jopra Show, you just missed out. Jeff Santos from the documentary The Other Side. I tell you, that's going to be that documentary is going to do very well. If he hits some more festival with it, I wouldn't be surprised if they walk out with some awards. I mean, it's very well done. And who chance? I mean, or from your boy from Honolulu, bring it to you live like that. I mean, that's big. I'm just hanging out with Macklemore calling the Jopra Show. Nice job, guys. Nice job. So then, gentlemen, before we segue into On the Town, give me a pick. Where am I going for a great show this weekend? Give me one great show from each one of you.
I got a venue pick. It's Numos on Saturday night for the Garza show that we actually have tickets that we can give away on the site.
All right.
And then in the same building downstairs at Barboza is another band called Snowden, which is kind of like the Yeah Yeah Yeahs and early The Cure. So it's kind of two separate things, and you can actually hit both.
All right. And Kylie, what about you? Where's the spot this weekend?
Being a reggae head, the spot is definitely at Merrymore Park next Wednesday.
Merrymore Park next Wednesday. So we'll post that up on the Jopra Show.
That's a great show.
We've got The Green coming from Hawaii. They were the number one album on the number one reggae album of iTunes of 2010. They're opening up for Steven and Damian Marley.
Yeah,
it's going to be ridiculous.
Fun show. So we'll do this. We'll make it simple. We got a lot of tickets to give away. If you go on the joprashow.com website and you hit the contact and tell us you want tickets to either go to the Husky alumni game, or if you want to hit the reggae, or is it the reggae band, or who are we going to see this weekend? Who are we giving away? Tickets to
We're
what?
giving tickets away to Robert Garza. He's one half
Robert
of
Garza.
Thievery Corporation.
So if you want to go to one of these shows, you go to the joprashow.com, go to the contact section, and just tell us what you're looking for, what you want. And we'll review it. We'll sort of shake it around, and then we'll shoot you back a Gmail, let you know if you're in play, and we'll get tickets for you.
Reason why they want it.
Yeah, I want to know why you want these tickets. Tell me why. Tell Jopra what you really want. All right, folks, as we go forward here on the Jopra Show, on the town with Lisa's in the house, kicking it. Hello, Lisa Martin. How are you today? How are you?
I'm doing good.
She's on fire, folks, here on the Jopra Show.
Week.
You have been. So what's happening? Tell me something I don't know.
You don't know. Well, tomorrow I'm going to the Proof of Washington, and Sunday I will be present while you have your barbecue extravaganza at Tavolata. So we got that going on. Let's see. Next Thursday we'll be at Lava Lounge doing some buck hunter. And, so that's what I got for you.
Nice.
I got some other things up the on the table for a little in the future. But yeah, that's what we got right now.
I like that. I mean, I think that there's a lot of things happening this weekend. The barbecue contest for Father's Day at Ethan Stoll's. I've assembled my menu. I have my meat being delivered today, and the sauce will go down tomorrow.
Yeah.
The
lineup's pretty ridiculous for this.
For this at all?
There's a great lineup of people, and I'm just gonna say the wow factor is where this is gonna be at. I mean, if I can cook me a cow, I would right there in front of the world. But I'm gonna bring something a little smaller to the table, something easier to do, and something that I think that people will find very interesting, but still feel home cooking style.
There's like 8 people involved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
8, 10, 20, doesn't really matter. If I win and when I win,
I mean, Lisa, are you feeling confident in Joe winning?
Well, I wouldn't have put myself out on the line.
Don't forget now, Lisa, if I finish second, what does happen?
I get my body painted for solstice.
I think you worded that a little differently last week.
The plot thickens.
No, I didn't. Here's the thing is, I don't understand why anybody in this room would have thought I would said naked, because I have a problem with people being in public naked. I don't think people
not
should
naked.
see
You
other
would have been
things.
body painted.
Yes, but you would be naked to get body painted. Like, no. We've already discussed this. I said in my bathing suit.
Have you thought about?
The thing of it is, have you guys really thought about it? Why would you want to see somebody walking around naked? Like, if they bend over, there's black holes you don't want to look up. It's just wrong. Like, it's wrong. Nobody should be walking around naked. You want to leave curiosity to the cat.
Like that Seinfeld
I'm thinking
episode.
about it right now.
Oh, yeah,
but
that's good.
No way.
Have you given any thought to what the design will be?
Well,
will
we
it
can't
be
even
like
find
a
somebody to
barbecue
do
theme?
body paint. So right now there is no theme. So I don't know what to say.
I don't know what to say after that comment either. I don't know.
It's just wrong.
It is. So, Lisa, you told me this week you're fired up about a few things.
Yeah.
And you're like, I just can't take it anymore. I need to just lay it on
She's
the line.
fired up about public nudity.
She sure
I
is.
am, and I'm not going to go into that any more than I just did. 'cause-
Okay. Well, you said you had some things you wanted to bring to the table today. What's going on? What are you ranting about today?
So I have a couple things. Just because it's summertime, there are things that you need to still take care of. First,
Take care of what? What do you mean by
Well, let me get there.
Okay, all right.
First off, flip-flops, Birkenstocks, and Tevas are not shoes, so you don't wear socks with them. And if you're going to wear them, go get a pedicure. Nobody wants to see your chipped toes with dirt and stuff in them. Go take care of it. And they should never be worn in public. I'm sorry. They're gross and they're unacceptable. They're beach wear. They're sunshine wear. They are not walk through Nordstrom wear.
What should be worn in public?
Tennis shoes, not flip-flops.
Tennis shoes shouldn't be worn in public?
They should be worn in public.
What about Uggs? Are those still in?
Uggs are horrible.
Uggs are. I'm
Crocs. Those are not appropriate footwear. I'm sorry, and if anybody could see me right now, they'd know how disgusted my face is. Like, those aren't appropriate footwear.
Uggs shouldn't even be worn outside the house. Those
exactly.
things are slippery.
The only time you wear those or flip-flops or things that's like if you're at a beach or if you got to run your dog out to the bathroom at like 2 in the morning. Like,
okay, so no.
Not acceptable.
I want to make sure I have this right. No Uggs.
No.
No Crocs.
No. Crocs are fine for people that work in a kitchen.
No flip-flops.
No flip-flops.
No.
Anything with a cutesy name.
Why can't I wear flip-flops if it's nice outside?
At the grocery store and stuff? No. Stuff flipping all over this. No.
What about like flip-flops that are like cute, that have like a design to them or something?
No, flip-flops are made for the beach. That's it.
Okay. All right. So then, all right, go ahead. Keep going. I feel the
Another
rant.
thing, just because it's warm outside, women, you still have to wear a bra. It's not acceptable to wear summer dresses without. I know if it's cold outside, I understand that. I have my own. I know I have a temperature gauge. You need to wear a bra or wear something that has like a cup in it or some filtering. Don't want to see old socks with marbles hanging at the bottom, like walking around. It's unacceptable. Not right.
Old socks with marbles. Wow.
Not right.
I don't have anything to say.
It's not right. You should wear a bra, and especially if you're a double leather in it, it needs to be cupped up.
I don't know. That ain't right.
Let me hear you say, that ain't right.
Okay, on the Jopra Show today, folks. If you just joined us, it's Rants by Lisa. And, wow, I don't know what to say. I'm just go ahead, Lisa, keep it going.
Yeah, want me to keep going?
Yeah, you're
all
on
right,
fire
so
right
the
now.
Maxim 100 list. Here we go.
Okay, all right.
There is it's Maxim's Hot 100 women.
Okay.
Miley Cyrus and Selena Gomez are not women. They're young ladies, maybe still girls. They're 20 years old. Women, you're like 25 to 30. You finally have come into your body. You've gained your freshman 15. You've had issues. You've had problems. You've grown. That's
Miley
a
Cyrus
woman.
had some issues.
Well, she's still 20 years old. She
But
got
in
20.
the eyes of the law, she's a woman, right?
No.
So they finished what, 1 and 2?
1 and 2.
All right.
I don't understand that.
Who was 3 and 4?
3 and 4 is Rihanna. Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Mila Kunis. Yes.
Uh-huh.
Jennifer Lawrence. Jennifer Love Hewitt was in there.
So
Ashley Tisdale. No. Why is she in the top 10?
Who's Ashley Tisdale?
Exactly. She's
A
one of
High
those
School Musical.
Mouseketeers girls.
What's High School Musical?
Yeah, it's a Mouseketeer thing.
What would be your 1 and 2?
My 1 and 2?
Uh-huh.
Olivia Moon and
Munn?
Kate Beckinsale. Yeah.
1 and 2. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. I
What
like
is
it.
that? Another thing, like Mateo's fake girlfriend made the list. She doesn't even exist. How does she make the top
Oh,
100?
man,
I think that's
Mateo?
still in debate, right?
Yeah.
I think every
She
year.
was one of the people on KJR's Bigger Dance, too.
Yeah.
That was
Now,
one of the choices
Hoda Kota, the girl with Kathy Lee in the morning, she makes the list. How does she make the list? And like Selma Hayek, Penelope Cruz, Alicia Keys, Holly Berry, Gabrielle Union. How do they not make the list, but she does?
Well, because they don't want to put the same people on that list
Yeah,
every
No,
year,
if you
right?
if you've seen the list, the top there's a lot of repeats.
But they do want to
But
change it up.
who's really thinking that Hoda Kota or whatever her name is really a hottie? Is she really one of the person that's you're thinking of the
Well,
hot
maybe they're
100?
keeping the,
drunk
wi-
ladies
the
in the
age
morning, right?
range
Yeah,
wide.
exactly. She's one
Compared
of the
to
drunk
Kathy
ladies.
Lee, right?
Well, yeah, anything's better than Kathy Lee. Let's just put that out there.
Soccer mom with stripper voice.
Oh wow!
Okay.
All right. Well, going forward here on the Jopra Show.
So maybe we should do the Jopra Show Hot 100
I
at
think
some
that
point.
next week, Lisa from On the Town will give us our top 10.
There
Top
you
10 women over the age of 21.
And maybe we should throw in a gentleman category.
And
Should
then
be
we'll have
women are over 25.
okay, women over 25. The top 5 will have the men over 25 by On the Town with Lisa. How's that sound for next week?
Okay.
Are we just talking looks? We talking
Yeah, we
all
need some
around?
criteria. Is it all around? Business, love, looks?
Were you letting me pick?
You just tell me what you want to do.
Well, then that's my pick.
Okay.
Oh.
All right. Perfect. Well, folks, welcome
We'll figure it out later.
Welcome to the Lisa Martin Show here on Alternative Talk Radio. Today we are discussing, I don't know, I'm still stunned by the naked people. I think I'm all the way back. Let's talk about what's going to happen next week. We're going to be live at the Red Door. We're going to go live for our big remote. Everyone needs to know about it. It's going to be a big event. It's going to be taken away, sponsored up by Bullet Whiskey. People from Pegasus Training and Rehab Center, and we're going to go live to the Red Door Ale House for Friday. It's going to be a 1 o'clock show. We're going to have big stuff. We're going to talk to people who just did Bare Naked. We're going to have a few of the band members from a couple of the shows that are going to be happening down at the Summer Solstice. We're going to try to find an artist by then in case there needs to be some body painting, in case. You never know. Sports Talk could be a big segment there. Talking soccer, if I heard that correctly. Yeah. So that's going to be the Red Door. Come early. We're going to be on the patio. Johnny Fever, DJ Johnny Fever, is going to be spinning music from like about 12:15 on until the show and then through breaks. So he'll be there. So there'll be a lot of food, a lot of entertainment. And at the same time, you know, since the Maxim 100's got us fired up, we're going to have On the Town with Lisa's top 5. Her own Maxim preview, right? 1 through 5?
Yep.
Or you want to go through 10?
1 through 5, I'm doing male and female. That's 10.
That's 10? Okay.
That's 10.
All right. That sounds good. So, you know, these are the big things coming forward. What do you guys think? You like that? I mean, are we going to be okay with that? Lisa, is that okay?
Yep, I'm in.
Okay. And we're all going to wear sandals. Just to fire this thing up.
With black socks.
Black socks and sandals. I'll be rolling those through. And for those who haven't heard, yes, we will be at the barbecue contest for the Father's Day event brought to you by Ethan Stoll down at Tabalata Sunday night at 6 o'clock. I did hear the tickets online are sold out, but there's still a few tickets at the door from what I heard today. So if you're trying to check this event out, you should. It's going to be a great time. 9 contestants just giving it all and serving lots of great barbecue. Coming forward, folks, I hope the weekend's going to be big. There's a lot of things happening in Seattle. The Proof of Washington thing is going to be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
The concert scene looks good. And the alumni event for UW next weekend, I'm all over that. Don't you think?
Yeah, no, it's going to be a very exciting event.
It is.
If we can get a Coug to go, then
Right?
anybody should be able to go.
And if we're talking about events, Lisa, last night, the Buck Hunter thing went pretty good.
Yeah, it did.
Yes. How many people came?
I think there was like 15.
15?
Yeah.
Nice. Nice. And did, you said that one lady got close to the champion.
Yeah.
Was he like maybe, holding back?
Well, he usually plays on the HD, so he was playing on a different machine than he's used to.
Oh, the resolution was off.
Yeah. And he even said the caliber of the gun was off. That's what they said. But we'll be at Lava Lounge next week from 9 to midnight playing with the Buck Hunter champs and the girls.
That's on the new machine, too,
It's
right?
a brand new machine.
Could you imagine back in my day, I'm sitting down playing Pac-Man. Why is it not in 3D? What the heck? What the hiding?
Could you imagine saying the caliber of Pac-Man was off?
Could you imagine, man? I'd be like, my joystick ain't working. I'm sticky. Sticky. The joystick is sticky. And if I'm playing Asteroid, it's not spinning quick enough to the
Pac-Man
left.
when you were a kid, you're talking Pong.
Dude.
Bing.
I played a lot of Pong back in those days, dude. I had a Pong. I had a two-set Pong. Two-set Pong.
ColecoVision with
Dude,
the
I could
dials?
work at both.
Does your junior DJ set up?
I'll give you an old school. I had a black and white, 11-inch TV in my bedroom, and then I'd go upstairs and grab the family travel, 13-inch that we used to have in different rooms. I took that, put it downstairs, we hook them both up, and I played Pong at the same time, man. Just doom, 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 doom. Hey, if you got into a good rhythm, man, you can get them stuck going ding, ding. Okay, that's a whole other show. Okay, so, as we forward to here at the Jopra Show, we have lots happening. Check out our website at thejoprashow.com, where all the information is coming forward, and then also go to our YouTube channel. It's up and rolling. All the current and past archive shows are on that. And I tell you guys, if you want tickets to go to UW game next week, go to thejoprashow.com, go to our contact and tell us why you want these tickets. And also, if you want to go see a concert, Omar's got lots of tickets. So let us know here at thejoprashow.com. It's been a good show. Lisa Martin, Kylie, Omar, Stephanie Elliott, and of course, Eric Ryder. I thank you guys all for your help today. Folks, have a great weekend. Be safe. This is Joe Jano for the Jopra Show on a Total Talk. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.